Oh, we are live. Wait, the music's not going. Oh, shit. Hang on. It's not plugged in all the way.
Girlfriend accidentally banged your dad.
There we go. It's back on. We are live again.
Make your romance,
A
maybe
little bit of
ain't the
a
norm.
dead air situation there, but all good. All good. We are live.
Can I?
Been slipping it to
Can
your
you hear me?
mom.
Check,
Yeah.
check.
Huh?
Can you hear me?
That's
Yeah.
love
All right.
gurus.
Oh no! Wait,
Oh, I should have done better mic checks.
I can't hear
before.
myself.
Listen to
That's
the
okay.
love
Oh,
gurus,
there's a button on that guy.
or your life is
Cool.
screwed.
Hello?
Check, check.
Check, check, check.
Love
Checking.
There
Wait.
we go.
I like.
Yes,
I can
that's
kind
right.
of hear myself.
This is the Love Gurus podcast. In retrospect, I should have done a mic check before we did this, but alas, you are listening to the Love Gurus podcast. We are going to take ridiculous dating questions from Reddit. That's right, and more importantly, from you guys there in the chat. Listen live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Like and subscribe. We are going to take questions, but first, Suzanne, how was your week?
Oh, I mean, today I woke up at 5, and then it's been full on all day. I was yawning so much coming over here on the train, and then I was like, wait, but I get to do the podcast,
Fucking
and I
A
was
right,
like,
dude.
it was like, like
Yeah.
that theme song started playing in my head, and I thought, fuck yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm tired because like my wife just had a kid. That thing never sleeps, so I'm on sleep debt right now.
Oh,
But I am
what
also
an
high on
excuse.
PCP. I'm on PCP right now, people. I have no idea what time is.
I held his baby.
Yeah, he's on PCP too. We were holding the baby. We're on PCP. The baby's on PCP. It's good times.
Yeah, I mean, Mike really had. I mean, you knew what you were doing. It's
Yeah.
as if you have held a baby before.
I
mean,
have. I'm also paranoid. You don't want to drop a baby, so.
That's why.
I'm
That's why
tight.
it's still so scary to me. But yeah, we should
That's
introduce
true.
our guest.
Suzanne is the baby's podcast aunt. Still hasn't hold him yet.
He's so
She's
small.
She's
so
lovely.
small.
She has ice in her heart.
I don't hold babies either. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
No.
I have been very vocal about the fact that once he has some sort of stability, then I'm like
Dexterity?
yeah. Once he's like 3 months old, I'm totally there. I'm totally
3 months.
there.
3 months.
You
That's
know,
crazy.
but when he's weeks old still, I'm a little like, again. But I said this last week. It's just because I don't want to be in prison and be like, oh, well, I'm actually here because I dropped a baby. And
I
like
would
all the
never
other women in
snitch on you.
prison are going to be like,
What a
I've
horrible
had
person.
7 kids. What are you talking about? I'm not saying every woman in prison's had 7 kids, but the one who has is going to really like kick the shit out of me.
Well, okay. Now here's what you do. You either lie about dropping the baby, or you lie about dropping more babies, because the woman who drops the most baby gets to be in charge of a gang in prison. That's a rule.
That's the baby killer.
yeah.
I didn't drop those babies. Okay,
Yeah.
I threw those
Yeah.
babies.
I just don't. I definitely do not have it in me to be the head of a gang in a prison, and
Now you don't.
yeah,
You got to work
so
your
that's
way
what
up
I'm
through
saying.
the ranks. You know.
But we should introduce our guest.
Absolutely. First guest. He is a first-time guest to the podcast, a hilarious stand-up comic, Mr. Julian Breheny. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me at Hell Yeah Comedy. That's a show I produce in the Lower East Side, but it's
Nice.
coming back end of this month. And on a podcast I do called On the Apps Podcast.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
Sounds awesome.
Absolutely, man. Follow him, like, and subscribe. Also, like and subscribe to this podcast, too. Let me give one of these. Boom, boom, boom.
that
Like
like
and
button.
subscribe. Hit it. Hit the like button.
I know you
Otherwise, we
want
can't
to.
keep doing this, man. It's, this is how we pay the bills. Well, not pay the bills, but pay for wine. We pay for wine with this.
Well, and
at this
also
point.
just our own, sense of self-worth is, basically
She's got a
based on
sense
your
of
life.
self-worth. I have no sense of self-worth. I just have the wine. I got the podcast. Do a little bit of stand-up here and there. So like and subscribe. It helps with that.
Yeah.
Let me introduce our second guest. Returning guest, a hilarious stand-up comic,
to
Mr.
be
Michael
back.
O'Rourke. Thank you for being
What's
here.
up, everybody? Good to
Dude.
be back. Love this show.
Dude, we love you, man.
Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you.
At Bronx Funny on Instagram. I'll be in Pennsylvania this weekend, but usually
Oh, nice.
bouncing all around the city.
We're at in PA.
Stroudsburg, so kind of like the Poconos-ish area.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Up in the mountains.
Yeah.
That's nice. But we will take your comments and your questions in the chat there, man. Let's see. Amy on YouTube says, oh, that's producer Amy. She says, hello, Tyler. Tyler says, hello, all you crazy people. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
But yeah, we are going to take ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit. But first, we are going to hear from our somewhat sort of sponsor, the unofficial 5th member of the podcast, The White Wine. Do you want delicious Pinot Grigio? You can't do better than Capastato Pinot Grigio. It's pretty good, man. It's kind of sweet, little bit dry, product of Italy. And it writes the A upside down to where it looks like a V.
Wow.
To people who are damn near illiterate like me, I almost got confused. I was like, this is one of those silly Eastern European wines that's got like 7 consonants right next to each other. Nah. It's an Italian one with lots of vowels. It's just sneaky like that.
It reminds me, I just saw my dermatologist, and she told me that my face is like an upside-down triangle, and all it's going to do over time is sag.
Yo,
I'm
yes.
like, girl, like, listen, the only people out here keeping it real are Russian dermatologists. Am I right? Like,
That's right.
They just give it to you straight up, whether you're emotionally ready to hear it or not.
Dude, American dermatologists are too.
Yeah.
The beauty's on the inside.
You're just such a good person. Did you volunteer at Ronald McDonald House?
You're beautiful in your own way.
Yeah.
Russian dermatologists are like, you will never survive the Ukrainian war with a face
goes,
like that.
Call to make an appointment, because it's going to take a long time for what we need to do to your face.
Your face is more bombed than Kyiv. Fix that shit.
Anyway.
She make a sale though, right? That's the way to get a sale.
I don't, yeah. But also, there was just a straightforwardness in her tone that I couldn't ignore. I mean, it was as if God shone through my soul when she told me what my face looks like.
Yeah.
I was like, thanks.
I was talking to Suzanne's dermatologist the other day. You should have heard what she said when she wasn't in the room. My God, it was so much meaner. It was so much worse, dude.
I like the word "shone." God shone through your soul.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. That's
Like shaman stuff.
It's gonna, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like a high score on the Scrabble board, but yeah. I mean, a word that I don't get to use frequently, so.
There you go.
Mostly because I'm dead inside.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I also am dead inside. Your dermatologist told me that too. She was like, Jake, you're dead inside. And on the outside, actually. I'm like, Suzanne's got a mean fucking dermatologist. What's this lady even doing here?
She does not mess around. Oh, bless her. But yeah, we've got a lot of great questions this week. I would say if there were a theme to this week, I would say hiding things.
Ooh, hiding things.
Everyone's
Nice.
hiding
Sneaky
things.
I like that. Joel on YouTube says, greetings to all lovely folks. You too, Tyler. Hey, what's up, Joel? Thank you for being
What
here, buddy.
is up, guys?
But yes, we are now going to take our first question from the wild animals on Reddit. People, if you have questions to write in, very important, write this down, tattoo it on your chest so that you can read it in the mirror backwards. Got to tattoo it backwards, you know?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
going to send them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, you're going to watch live every single Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Ask your questions live in the chat. Give us your comments.
Yeah.
But for now, we're going to take the first question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. My friend hid her relationship and engagement from me. I'm 27 and my friend is 26, and I just found out that she's engaged. We've been really close. Every day she calls me multiple times a week, and we hang out really frequently. It's kind of a bit of a shock to me. I've known her for 6 years, and she's always been very open and honest with me about things going on in her life, the good and the bad. She's been through a lot, and I've always tried to be there for her. I started to assume a while ago that she was seeing someone because I would go over to her apartment and see protein powder in the kitchen and men's body wash in the bathroom and men's shoes by the door. I figured no biggie. She was just wasn't ready to talk about the relationship yet, and it wasn't serious enough to bring up. About a year ago, I started seeing a ring on her left finger, not an engagement ring, just a regular ring. And so I know that she's done promise rings before, so I asked if the ring meant something and if she was seeing someone. She said, no, the ring doesn't mean anything. It's just a ring. And I thought she was single. Soon after that, she stopped wearing the ring whenever we hung out. Then earlier this year, she moved into a new house in a new town not too far away. I thought it was odd that she could afford such a house, but then she told me that she had some trust fund that she had forgotten about until recently.
And that trust fund is with the Bank of Sugar and Dadi.
And
This
that
ring
makes
is just a ring. One ring shall rule them all.
And by rule them all, I mean get my sugar daddy to pay for this house.
After she moved, I noticed that she never let me come over there, saying that the house wasn't ready for visitors yet. And so we would just always hang out at my place. Last week we were hanging out, and I noticed bags from a bridal retailer in her car. I asked if she was getting married. She said no. They're from someone that it's something that she had to get for her sister-in-law who got married 4 years ago. Finally, the other day, she called me on her way home
I haven't
from work.
cleaned out my car in 4 years. It's
is
from a
this shady
bridal
lady?
shower. She's such a terrible liar. She really is sugar baby material. This is like, she's dumb, she's good looking, she's lying to her friend badly, just badly.
Hide the bags immediately.
Yeah,
What are you
yeah.
doing?
Those
Yeah.
shoes, the male shoes wingtips in her house.
Dude, she's better at she's worse at covering this shit up than Herschel Walker. I'm telling you, dude, she is bombing at this.
Finally, the other day, she called me on her way home from work, and she was telling me about her day. And when she realized that she had to quickly follow up with a client, she left me on speaker on her phone, but called the client on her work phone. During the call, the client said to her, "Well, you're getting married." She immediately muted the call I was on, and I waited in silence until she hung up on me. She hasn't said anything to me since, and I haven't said anything to her. I have no idea how long she's been engaged or even been in a relationship. She's never worn her ring around me or mentioned her boyfriend. I'm confused and hurt. She's gone to some pretty great lengths to hide this from me. What should I do?
That's pretty wild.
Is a man writing this? Or a
Yeah.
woman? Yeah, it is. So he's
Oh
side
my
chick.
God, I thought it was a man the whole time.
Yeah, it's a
Or,
man.
or no, a woman. I thought it was a woman the whole time.
no,
It's a man?
It's a friend
I missed that.
zoned dude.
Oh,
super
dude.
friend zoned, you know, or a
You're
side
a creepy
chick.
ass
Yeah.
dude.
Well,
That
So-
changes the whole
Yeah,
question
exactly.
for me.
I
Yeah.
figured that out halfway through the first paragraph. I'm like, it's got to be a dude, and she didn't tell you because you're in the friend
Yeah.
zone and shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
sorry, I
He's a
didn't,
creepy dude. And no
Creepy.
woman has ever not posted her engagement photo. That has never not
Exactly.
happened.
Unless she's got a little pet incel. She's worried about going all fucking
Yeah.
I
school
reckon
shooter
that-
on the wedding.
This guy is giving her money.
You think so?
And that's why she doesn't
Why
want
is she
him to know.
keeping him friends, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta keep him on the hook.
I don't think
okay.
it's as formal as like a sugar daddy thing, you know, because they're obviously not sleeping together. It's not like, oh, I'm paying your rent, I'm doing this and that, but
she's holding the carrot. you know?
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
a stick for him. She's not friends
they
on
go
him.
out
She's
to
keeping
eat a
him
lot,
on the hook.
and
you
he
know?
always
Yeah.
gets the bill. You know, like
Yeah.
she doesn't even bother pretending to reach for the wallet. That whole thing, to where it's, oh, I'm shuffling
Yeah.
around my purse.
We go out a couple
Oh,
times
you
a
got
week.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
honestly, I'm really glad that you guys said that, because that was the reason why I picked this question, is because, because he's very clear in the fact that they're just friends, they're not having sex. So obviously if she was cheating, that's like one thing, that's like very explainable. But this like baffled me. I'm like, why would you not tell this person that you're obviously so close to what's going on in your life if you've already
that's
friend
fucking
zoned
wild.
him? But you guys, I think, have already cracked the code in 15 seconds that he is in some way, shape, or form supplementing her lifestyle. And she in her head is like, well, he's not going to do that if he knows I'm in a relationship.
Yeah, even if it's just
Wow.
attention, right? It might not be money or monetary.
Yeah.
It could be attention. Like my man doesn't call me every day, but I call
Yeah.
you every day and we talk. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
But
yeah.
also,
that-
I mean, but
100%.
the other guy, obviously the guy that she's engaged to, he has no like Scooby that this is going on. Like that to me, like just
That's
seems
shady on
bizarre.
her part. Yeah, I'd be like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Yeah. Oh,
She just goes over to another guy's house and hangs out.
she just hangs.
If
Yeah,
he
yeah.
Comes to her house and sees men's shoes.
Yeah. if my partner like knew I was
Those are
like,
mighty big condoms
Maybe
with
they're
next to
banging.
that.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
like how do you just explain? Oh, I'm gonna go over and hang out at this male friend you've never met's house.
Right. Yeah.
And you're just fine with that? Like, that's so weird.
Maybe he's giving so much money. He paid for that upstate house.
Yeah,
Just tell the
right.
guy. So the
So you
the
have a new
husband's
house already? I thought I was helping you pay for your apartment.
Yeah.
And the new husband's just like, yeah, you keep seeing him because he's supporting
And
both
maybe
of us.
he's really old and she doesn't want to show the old man out
Oh.
either. Maybe the husband's an old dude.
Yeah.
Right, but
Uh-huh.
I love what Julian just said, because what if this is like an open thing for the couple that's engaged, And he's just like, listen, I love you, but you're so high maintenance. If you need to have a side whatever to just give you that emotional attention.
Yeah, but let that
It's
dick
like-
bang a valve into
It's
there.
like
Get some
it's like
steam out
an
of there.
emotional
Secretary.
an emotional throuple. Like
Yeah.
instead
Sure.
of the sex, it's the emotional drain that she is as a person.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
One person can't do it alone.
It's like, you talk way too much. I don't want you fucking anybody else, but will you friend zone an incel and just fucking babble to him,
It's
get him
like
to feed for a pay,
do you guys
pay
ever
for a few
do you guys
dinners?
ever play a Trivial Pursuit? You know, it's like the little pie
chips?
pieces.
Yeah.
She needs multiple pie pieces to fill that.
I don't get
Not
the green
just one.
chip from you, Chip.
This guy's getting the worst deal. He's
Creepy
like, let me
Brian
get the.
over there.
Yeah, creepy Brian's getting
Call
fed.
back to our last show we did together. This guy's Creepy Brian.
Creepy Brian. I forgot about Creepy
Yeah.
Brian. This guy's 100%. He's young Creepy Brian. He's like Creepy Bri when he's
Also, how old
yeah.
is this kid too? Right? You know,
Yeah,
well, they're
20,
married,
20
so.
the person writing the question, who is male, is 27, and the woman who's engaged is 26.
Well, it's a little older than I thought. It's just a little old to be friend zoned, but I'm thinking like many
Old to be
incels-
friend zoned.
Yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
been to a nursing home?
She said she'd fuck me when her second husband died.
Dude, straight
He's
up,
still in a
that
coma.
happens
I think I
all the time. Like nursing homes are so full of
Stealing my
relationship
Viagra.
drama.
Do you have an insight into this?
Yeah, I worked in a nursing home.
Yeah, she knows about the nursing home.
I'm
guy.
not. This is not me
trigger.
saying
Nice.
something to be funny. This is like I'm reporting from the streets.
He's like, oh my god, Ethel is such
Yeah.
a tease.
No, I can
Yeah.
confirm it. I've never worked in a nursing home, but I was a side piece to a chick in a nursing home. And, like, dude, there was a pathetic old guy that was just hoping to get my sloppy but she died before.
There was one time I walked into a
didn't
room
happen.
and there was a woman that she first of all had her jazzy jeans on. So essentially envision jazzy denim jeans that are like bedazzled.
And she was old enough that those jazzy jeans did come from the flapper
Yeah.
days.
Yeah,
like
they're
when that
good.
shit started. Yeah.
So, but
They
she
were original.
she was
Doing
she
the
was
Charleston,
sitting
all that
on
shit.
she was sitting on a gentleman's lap and he had her hand up her shirt. And you're
yeah,
like,
dude.
I guess you guys don't want to play bingo today? Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Her nipples are hard.
What do you-
My dick's getting hard.
Because I was like a teenager at
I
the
win
time,
this
so I just
game
went to
every
the
time.
nurse. I just went to the nurse, and I was like, Doris is in there, and the nurse is like, not again. I mean, this
Doris
was like
is
a.
Lucy on the floor.
It was, and she would walk around. She'd go, I have my jazzy jeans on today,
what
and
that
like
means.
she would swish her hips as much as the 80-year-old hips would allow her. I mean, she was a little bit of a tramp.
But are they stopping them? And they're allowed to do it, right?
Yeah, they don't stop them, man.
Yeah.
I read an article a few years back that said that like STDs in nursing homes in the past like,
Skyrocket.
just skyrocketed. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like in the past, you know what I mean? Like 10,
Viagra
20
got
years.
created. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit of Viagra. You pop the blue pills. Then what
Done.
you do is you blindfold each other and you pour all your medication in a
Hit the
bowl
tail of the
and you pass
donkey.
it around. You play pass the meds game and you just fucking boom like
You
Halloween
see
for
that?
old
You can
people.
never unsee that as a
Yep.
worker. Like if you were working and you saw those two bodies in coitus, like that would.
It
mess
was
my head
more.
up, I
Yeah.
think.
It was
Yeah.
more. Honestly, like what I think shocked me the most was his face, because it's his face as he's got his hand up her shirt.
Gown.
Making
and
eye
it's just-
contact with people.
You
I'm
know-
gonna ruin some young man's grandmother.
No, they were looking at each other, but it's just his face. He's like, "Holy shit, I'm doing it! I'm doing it!"
It's like I'm 15 all over again, baby.
Yeah. It wasn't like I mean, I was like, "Holy shit!" But I wasn't like, I didn't like, I wasn't disgusted by it. You know what I mean? I was
Sure.
kind of like, get it, like.
Raging old man boner.
Dude, yeah. Well, and I mean, plus,
I can
again,
imagine.
like they got Viagra now, right? They're on a shitload of medications to where they can't really feel the pain so much. And then
Help
it's
is nearby.
It's also like, yeah. I mean, what are the doctors going to say? Some doctor's going to come in his 40s and be like, "Hey, wait a minute, old fella, you shouldn't be sleeping with all these people without a condom. You could get an STD that could last the rest of your life." And he's like, "Fuck you."
Take it.
Anyway, so I don't.
But before we go back,
Okay.
we're behind on some comments. Atticus on YouTube says, Mike O'Rourke. She's giving a shout out to Mike. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Atticus.
Oh, he's playing the long game, she says.
Yeah.
He's waiting for
She
it.
says, dude is playing the long game. Absolutely. He wants to end up in that nursing home.
Yeah, exactly,
going,
right.
Since we're going to
When
die
your husband
within
died,
the next...
you didn't tell me you were married
100%.
He's just like exactly like I planned it. Screw it up.
Let's do lines of 17 old
Yeah.
people medications all cut together. It'll be
I
fun.
forgot we had sex yesterday.
But yeah, I just
Joel on
go
YouTube
ahead.
says, dude needs to find out if his brother is getting married.
Yeah, that's the last show we were on with the brother that got married to his
Oh,
girlfriend.
yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that at the base of this, if you really boil this down, it's that if it is just a friendship, it's one friend being very shitty and shady
Shady
to
as
another
fuck.
friend. So it's like, why would you want that
friends with
person
that
in your
girl.
life?
Right.
And so he needs to ask himself that question of like, why am I keeping her in my life if she is clearly, again, he's adamant that she's open and honest with him, but
She's
she
obviously not.
she clearly
Nah,
is
dude.
not. And also, in addition to that, so he has this closer relationship with this person. He then needs to evaluate all of the other relationships he has in his life because he seems a little.
Oh, dude. You think he's got a whole friend zone harem going on?
Toxicity.
Yeah.
What's the toxicity
Well, I'm
report?
just saying,
Yeah.
like,
Hi.
but there, I'm just
It's like
saying,
a really sad suicide bomber. 72 women that want nothing to do with him.
if
you know?
he's so easily deceived by this person who's clearly about to get married, like what other friendships does he have in his life that are completely shallow and 100% based on lies? Like he is essentially Arnold Schwarzenegger in a helicopter. Jamie
True
Lee
lies.
Curtis
I knew you were going True Lies, baby.
is hanging from.
My wife is fucking a car salesman because he's pretending to be a spy, but I'm really a spy. This is fucked.
Best movie.
Dude, I love True Lies.
Yeah.
True Lies is a shit.
Shout out to Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, if you're listening.
Oh,
Yes.
and also,
Put us in
and
the
also,
comment
and also
section.
the true lie of his love child. Whatever,
Yeah.
we're over it now.
And
that guy's like 20.
Tom Arnold crushed it in that. You can't say that about a lot of movies, but Tom Arnold was the fucking man in that
They
movie.
didn't have CGI back then, so when they blew up a bridge, they had to blow up
Yeah.
a bridge and rebuild
Yeah.
that bridge.
And it was like, dude, the angle was I fucked up. I didn't have the camera running.
15 years like, I could
Blow
do
up
that on
another
my
bridge.
computer.
Like, that was James Cameron, right? That's like absurd.
What's that?
Hell
James
yeah.
Cameron?
Yeah,
what's
James
Cameron?
Cameron.
Oh, yeah,
Dude, that movie was the shit.
Hell
that
yeah,
movie
dropped him to do
Shout
like
out to
a-
James Cameron. Like and follow James Cameron.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Joel on YouTube says she's open and honest with him except for everything she keeps hidden. Turns out Mary's name is actually Sue. Yeah, dude, she's fucking
Run around,
bullshit.
Sue.
I think you're too nice to the guy. I think we've got to hear the girl story. She might be like, yeah, there's this creep who will not leave me alone for 6
He's
Yeah,
gonna
years.
kill me, so I
You
don't
think
tell
so?
him he's my
exactly right.
husband.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because I like to point this out at least once a podcast.
like that.
Whenever there's details that seem to get kind of left out, I always err against the person right in question for two reasons. A, it's Reddit and their animals. B, this is a source by, for, and about them. It's their own personal propaganda. It's their Fox News, their MSNBC, their North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the whole country. So when they
Zhao.
breeze over little things,
Kang Xiao.
yeah. Dude, this is their Kang Shao. I think he's Kang Shaoing us, this fucking
This
guy.
guy- it might be Kang Shao. Let's just.
He's Kang Shaoing the fuck out of
We
us.
just came up in North Korea on like an alert list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're now watching in North Korea by the millions.
Fuck yeah, dude.
These motherfuckers are talking about us.
We're going to get,
oh my god,
and-
if our podcast
Hey,
gets
man.
subpoena, I'd be like
Kim
so
Jong Un is
happy.
like,
I mean-
I like this. I don't know why, but I think that he should do this.
yeah.
He becomes like an avid follower
Kim Jong
now.
Il. And he's
Biggest
paying us.
followers.
Yeah, dude. Kim Jong Il, if you'll pay us
Like
to do
and
live
comment,
podcasts
baby.
and you'll buy tickets for all the people that you made will listen to us at gunpoint, we will go there. We will do live shows. We will be your Dennis Rodman of dating internet shows. We will. We'll fuck. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I do
You're
love
our
it.
dear leader.
Everyone judges any like comic or anyone who like sells out and does something morally wrong. It's like, but any real person who gets like the
Yeah.
tiniest chance,
Uh-huh.
is like, I'll go to a podcast with Vladimir
Whoa,
Putin.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa, whoa!
uh-huh.
But this, okay. In my humble opinion, that would not be selling out. Like you get, it's like people like want to get famous so that they can get like memberships to the polo club. Oh, I'm sorry, you were invited to the most recluse country on the face of the
That's
earth
right.
to actually see what the fuck is going on in there, and you wouldn't take that opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm not
That's
saying Dennis
right.
Rodman is like the
doing
best
it.
person
That's
on
right.
the face of the earth.
Love Gurus take
But-
North Korea.
Fucking A right,
Yeah.
dude.
My
A lot of hacks.
curiosity would be piqued, certainly.
Dude, a lot of hack comics and
yes, my
podcasters
plans.
want to play Carnegie Hall. Me and Suzanne are real fucking artists. We want to play Pyongyang.
Yeah,
We want to
Pyongyang.
play one of those fucking fake buildings they put on the border of South Korea
went
where
up.
there's no insides. We want to play the inside
Kim
there.
Jong-un, we want you,
Yeah,
baby.
to like a bunch of political prisoners that you've captured, and it'll be like Johnny Cash live in Folsom Prison of podcasts, dude.
He's
It'll be
definitely
fucking wild.
cheating on her. He's definitely. He gets so swept up, you know. He loves this shit.
If she did it to me, I would send 3 generations to Gulag.
Yeah.
I would not be
He
happy
just
about
realized
this at
there's
all.
like 3 women friend zoning him. They're all going to be executed tomorrow. He's like, oh my God. We need to call the consulate.
Yeah.
Some chick friend zoned me in the 8th grade because I sort of looked like a lesbian member of the Addams family. Never again. Not
I
after
thought
what
you
I
were
did to
gonna.
the
I
last
thought you were
one.
gonna say a tick that's been like stuck on your arm all summer and is like gets real fat. You could squeeze its head off.
He does kind of look like that too. He
You
does kind
guys
of look
may
like
have
that,
Lyme disease. Check it. That's not how you remove a tick at all.
too.
Don't listen to them for tick advice.
I just drink Pinot Grigio until the fucking thing dies of alcohol poisoning.
Oh, yeah.
That's my move.
Bad livers, ticks.
That's
have
my
bad
move.
Livers.
I say, you think you're gonna poison me? Nah, motherfucker. We're fighting fire with fire on this one.
So,
He's like, I'm all done. You're like, nah, you're in.
yeah.
You're in. You're not
Yeah.
leaving.
Limes. I got a whole bottle of fucking cheap tequila. I need a lot of limes, Tick. Come on.
Oh my God! Like, how cute would it be if there was like a tick AA program? Listen, we were totally normal, but then we developed a drinking problem by being stuck to Jake's back.
I tried to give this guy Lyme's disease, but there was so much tequila in his blood. All it did was actually make
I'm
his blood
never
a little
gonna
bit
drink
tastier.
again. I've got kids to look after.
Well, the
Bad
drunk
ticks to
ticks.
feed.
The drunk ticks are like, we got to go to that guy.
Yeah,
That guy's a party.
yeah. It's the ones that aren't willing to accept yet. Yeah. Anyway,
Got me
but
Wait,
so
one more
drunk,
thing
it was-
about that. I just read an article this week for real that mosquitoes like people drinking more than normal, which makes sense because
Really?
they drink your blood and your blood has alcohol in it.
I don't
So-
know.
That's the move.
Why can't
Barbecues. Mosquitoes love barbecues for
Oh,
that
dude, if
reason.
I was a mosquito, that'd
You
be the
know what I
move,
mean?
right? Drinking
why
blood
can't
off of drunk
mosquitoes
people.
experience hot girl summer? Like, why are they
Exactly.
excluded from it?
Oh, they do.
That sounds anti-mosquito to me. Oh,
Anti-mosquito-
we're about that
mosquito.
now.
Mosquito's a pretty word if you don't think about the
we're
animal.
we're anti-malaria, not anti-mosquito.
Mojito
Like,
mosquito.
I haven't spent many days sober in my life, but to the
Moscato, right? Isn't
Yeah.
that a drink too?
and also the book Incognito Mosquito, great
I
book.
love that. book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never been bit by a mosquito in any of the AA meetings that the court in the state of Iowa ordered me to go to. So I
Damn
think there's,
skeeters out
Yeah,
here.
uh-huh.
That's because they call them skeeters.
Yeah.
You know why?
They're like
when they're drunk enough to
defensive.
call them skeeters,
Skeeters.
that's when the skeeters show up.
Skeeter,
you know what I
skeeter.
mean?
Yeah.
When they go, these are mosquitoes. Oh, this motherfucker's blowing double zeros.
Damn
I want
Yankee.
nothing to do here. And then he's done. No, Iowa's up north.
Yeah.
It's it should be down
See,
south.
that,
but it's
that's
up
how
north.
bad I am at geography.
No, but it's barely up north. And honestly, I was in the southern part of Iowa to where like you go a little
brutal.
bit. Like it's like maybe 45 minutes from the border of Missouri, and so like I was in like a super progressive college town in a rural state, and then you leave like a half hour south, and it's very much Dixie. So you go from like rainbow flags to Civil War statues in like 45 minutes. It's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, so back to this question. Sorry, there's no easy way to bring us back after that. But yeah, back to this question. My final advice for this person is, you know, like I said, he's clearly being lied to. So why would you, even as close as you are about this person, if she's lying to you about something so fundamental about her life, why would you still want to be friends with her? So that being said, I think you just need to call her out on it and be like, I know that you're engaged, you're doing these things, you're hiding this from me, and I don't want to be friends with people like you. And then you need to go through the texts that you've sent for the last 6 months, whoever you still consider a friend, and be like, am I also being lied to? Because yeah, this guy sounds like he's just everyone's pawn. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What's your final advice?
It's okay. So, we have another comment real quick. Joel on YouTube says alcohol may be the reason I never had a tick. There you go. Joel on YouTube says, Christ, You said Skeeter, and now that stupid song is stuck in my head.
Nice. Yeah.
But all right, my final advice would be, since you breezed over it so fast, and this isn't the Pinot Grigio talking because I'm still on like my first or second glass or something. Now I am loopy from lack of sleep because of the whole new kid thing, so I will give you that. But I feel like he really breezed over the fact that he was a dude and just kind of made it seem like a regular friend thing, and didn't kind of he didn't mention that he's sort of like trying.
Well, but he didn't. But also to be clear, he didn't like. He didn't. The person writing the question didn't clarify if he was gay, if he's like bi, if he's into. You know what I mean? Like we have no idea. But
again, that's why I pointed out when they leave out crucial information, I err against him. That's why I think he bruised over. If it was like, I'm gay and this is like my friend that I hang out with, you know what I mean? Like I think he would have fucking mentioned that because that's a very key part of the thing, and he gave us a shitload of details. If this is a one paragraph question, then it's like, yeah, maybe he'd fucking breeze by that, but it's not. He's clearly a creepy ass dude who's maybe not creepy.
Now that's crying.
But like,
he's crying
dude,
right now
he's
somewhere
whiny.
wherever he is in Iowa,
dude.
maybe.
Yeah. Masturbating to a hair that he found on his couch that she left last time she was there. Lubing himself up with his own tears. He's a sad boy.
True.
And
but that's like really convenient if you just like cry on your own dick. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I wish this wasn't my fetish.
Yeah. You don't have to get out. Things don't get messy. That just sounds convenient to me.
Cry on it for me. It's like the new porn. Cry on it. So much more like it just feels different, people.
Cry white jelly. That's the only kind I use right there. But no. The thing is like the fucking cutter
baby tears formula. You know what I'm talking
Start
about?
looking up. Yeah.
Fuck that. No baby tears shampoo and shit. The opposite. I want baby tears. Bottle.
That's the stuff that Johnson & Johnson people use underneath the Pentagon in secret rooms. You know,
yeah, the ones that own it. The ones that own the Dow Corporation. Yes, baby tears, cry no more.
Yeah. Dick Cheney just goes down there. Show me the baby tears.
Show me the Dick Cheney.
These tears were from a toddler. How dare you, you insolent bastard! You bring me tears from a 3-year-old and think baby. I don't notice? I'm not Pussy Cheney. I'm Dick Cheney. Bring me infant tears.
Yeah. So back to
so I'm saying, like, dude, you need to go just literally fuck anybody and then tell her about it. And then just be like, yeah, I don't care what you're up to.
Good idea.
Literally fuck anybody.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I just banged this chick last night. My dick kind of hurts.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. Just like in a raw way.
Yeah, dude, you're giving me sad boy incel vibes right now, and that's not hot to women. You know how when guys in ISIS blow themselves up, they get 72 virgins? Women ain't looking for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, women ISIS members are not like, I want 72 awkward dudes who fucking sweat a lot and are bad with eye contact, and their dicks get all soft.
Body odor
this
alone.
Is my first
in
time.
That place.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
They got comic book shirts on, even though they're grown men. Fuck that.
Now Al-Qaeda is listening. What are they saying about us on Love Gurus now? Kim Jong-un's like, you guys got to watch this.
The female ISIS members are like...
Saudis get involved there. They're talking about us, huh?
Female ISIS members are like, I want 2 middle-aged guys with 6-packs, young divorced dads with good jobs. That's
this
what
is why we give women no rights. Do you see why we give women no rights? You understand now?
Well, here's why they're not giving women any rights is because they're like, listen, until us men actually prove ourselves that we are superior, we can't let the women try. Like you guys. Yeah,
they're smart. These women are too smart. God damn it!
They're ahead of the game over there.
Guys, not until we do it right can we let the women, because we know that they're gonna blow us out of the water. Dude. That's why we can't let
we blow them up.
We can't let them have the jobs because we haven't got good at the job. They're already good at the jobs. They can already do it.
We can't let them get all the good suicide bomber jobs. They have purses. They can hide the bombs better. They're going to take all our gigs, bro.
I just want one Kim Kardashian when I explode for Muhammad, you know. Just one Kim Kardashian.
No. But either way,
72 virgin.
My point with all that is, Women are not into virgins. They're not into dudes that aren't getting laid. They're not into creepy little fucking sad boys. So stop being a little sad boy and start fucking. Even if you can't fuck. I know it's tough for you, bud. Hence the reason that this lady has to hide her fiance from her creepy friend zone friend. So I say, lie to her about fucking. If nothing else, lie to her about pussy you're not even getting.
Yeah.
That's the move. And then maybe that'll give you confidence. You go meet a lady, whatever.
Yeah.
But definitely forget about her, but then make it seem as if you're getting laid and then basically cut everything off.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we should move on to the next question.
Absolutely. Next
my final
question.
thoughts,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Julie,
yeah,
go
we
ahead.
didn't get final question for you guys.
Wow,
That's
I
fine.
really couldn't have been more of a dick there. I
English,
really
so he's very
apologize.
polite.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Very polite. I'm gonna bust in.
Dude, you should go
Yeah.
full
Yeah,
soccer
of course you
hooligan
can.
on her.
Yeah.
Pretend she's wearing the jersey of a
Have it.
soccer team you don't like. Go crazy.
No, I'm Australian, so we don't do soccer hooligan.
Rugby hooligan.
Yeah, rugby hooligan. That we can do.
Dude.
No, I
Just
think
a regular Aussie at that point.
yeah, pretty simple. All violent.
Great.
No, I think
guys.
you're both right. It could be either. It's like I think he's a sad boy. I think he left details out. I think anytime a story is too convenient and it's too pro in his way, he's like, it's such an absurd story that for 6 years your actual friend could not tell you and you could actually not find out.
Yes.
I think the likelihood is that he's like not really a friend. He thinks he's a friend. He's like a Klingon. He doesn't see her that much. She's like, I don't like this
100%,
guy.
dude.
Like all the alternative is she's completely crazy and they're best friends, and in which case he should ditch her anyway.
Yeah.
But if she's a normal, if he really wanted her, like you said, you can't be needy. You got to move on, go make some other friends, meet other people, and then have your own life. And that's when you're most attractive, and then she might be into him. But I don't think she would if he's the creep. I think he might be.
Yeah, but I do
100%.
like what you said about the fact that like maybe he is what's happening in reality is not what he thinks is in his head. Yeah, that it could totally be like a fantasy.
This girl has her own story, which is like, I have to lie about my
Chick is
husband.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely toxicity. Can I say one more thing?
Of course you
Because
can.
he mentioned Klingon. He's a Klingon. And in the language of Klingon, Churuk Akshana Ora
Yeah,
means
Chulak Akshana
to
Ora, you
always
dumb fuck.
look for love, right? And I mean, you got to call this chick out, first off. And when you call her out, you be like, look, I know all this stuff. And she's probably going to start crying and be like, oh, look, I have a friend. And then she'll probably maybe have sex with you that once.
Yeah.
When you push her to the edge of the waterfall, the buffalo either fall down, and that's how the natives hunt sometimes.
So I'm just
She
saying.
is what we on our planet call a kurukai. Sugar
Mike-
baby. She is
Mike,
sugar baby.
I really appreciate your comment, and I think it's definitely valid. But the only thing I don't like about it is now I know how you start every day. You look in the mirror and you say, "Klinga bum shabum."
For all my Klingonians out there, I don't know if you guys are fans of Klingon language. But.
My wife only likes when I dirty talk her in Klingon. She's
People
got
like,
a very
that's not what it
specific
means.
Yeah.
That is not what it means on Reddit.
That's a racist Klingon accent you're doing. Jesus Christ.
So derivative. Oh my
Actually,
god.
You have to use your soft palate and the back of your tongue when you do the J sound. You know.
Well,
That was the thank you come again of Klingon
Yeah.
shit. That's
I remember reading an
What is
article
this?
that there were these kids that I don't remember how many of them, but there were multiple kids, and something happened where it was like the mom, unclear what happened to the mother, but it was just the dad, and they were kind of like the dad was kind of raising these kids in isolation, like I want to say like Idaho or something. The dad goes out of the picture, so then social services goes in to like take these kids, and the kids only speak Klingon. They cannot.
I want to watch that
They
movie.
cannot.
I want to watch that movie.
Wait, this is real?
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
it
it's
is real?
just
It's
not-
already
Yeah, this
been
is
done?
real.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
my
I
God.
thought you were telling me you were making
okay,
a movie.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm
this is a
just,
documentary, right?
No, I'm saying that
Genius
this
is what it is.
I'm just saying this is an article I read. I mean, but this would have been
Wow.
maybe 7 to 10 years
And
ago.
there's no
I mean, this
movie
is
on
like
Netflix about this. So
Yeah.
can we shut this?
Dude.
Stop filming. Stop filming. Anyone disregard the last 5
Yeah.
minutes.
But the kids
It's-
couldn't. The kids
dude.
couldn't speak anything except for Klingon, so they go in there and they're just like, "What the fuck?" And then they
This
have
is my new
they
favorite.
have like
so
the
fucking
dictionary
wild, man.
of the Klingon, and that's what those kids spoke.
I don't really
He
know
is like
Klingon.
George
I'm
Washington
supposed
on my father's home planet.
I like the idea that.
Oh, you mean George Washington, Orourke That's how that would be said in Klingon.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
But see, the fact
for my
that
K-heads out there.
so basically, the social workers had to go out and be like, "Is there anyone that speaks Klingon in the community?"
But how did they figure that out? Like they must have been there for so long.
We call it
yeah.
Klingonese. How dare you?
And Klingons don't raise their hand; they just stare at you intently. That's how you know they do.
Well, it was like
know?
they
Like,
went
no
into
one
the house.
raised their
There was
hand,
like
that's so
all
not
the
Fucking
all the
Klingon.
paraphernalia was there, and then they had like there was a book
Jesus
that
Christ.
like was essentially like the Klingon dictionary, and then that's
They have
what
a
the
language.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But
I
then,
was just
my God.
BSing. I don't really speak Klingon, guys. I wanted to get that conversation started.
let's talk about it. Let's talk Klingon.
Look at that.
Dude,
Yeah.
I like the Klingon family.
I
It's
want to make
sort of
that
like,
movie with you about these
dude,
kids.
they
I'll
should
look
make it.
here. I'll look
It's
it
like
up.
it's like that movie with Jodie Foster Nell, but instead of just having a speech impediment, the father had an even worse disease. He was a grown man who was into Star Trek. I mean, that's fucking
He's
crazy.
very into it.
This is
Yeah.
for Kim Jong-un if you want to make a Klingon movie with us.
Yeah.
I know you
Yeah,
like
dude.
both.
Yeah, Klingon movie, Kim Jong-il. Love Gurus and Star Trek, your two favorite things. Come on,
Kim
bud.
Jong-il.
Yeah. Dear leader.
Rebrand that dictator.
Goddamn right. All right. Now let's take our next question from the wild animals on Reddit. Tyler says, "Great show, guys. I got to jump off. Have a good night." Thanks for jumping by,
Bye, Tyler. Have a good weekend.
Bye, Tyler.
Bye, Tyler.
Joel on YouTube says, "Dude never mentioned the treehouse he built in the neighbor's yard." But for right now, we're going to take our next question from the wild animals on Reddit. If you guys got any questions to write in, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com. For right now, we are going to take another one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question: would I be wrong to ask my wife to play a Stepford wife for a business dinner?
Wait, what's a Stepford wife?
Perfect lady, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
God,
yeah,
okay.
it was like I think it was like a movie, and then they remade it with Nicole Kidman a few years ago.
yeah.
But yeah, it's essentially like the perfect wife that she just always like. She's beautiful,
1950s.
always put together. She's always like ready to bang you. Blah, blah, blah.
See, when you've had 4 ex-stepdads like I have, you don't get the references of Stepford wife. Like,
I think
that
it's-
ain't
I-
where
but
I
I-
come from.
The old black and white movie.
I think
Donna
it was initially
something.
Donna Reed, right?
Donna Reed would
Yeah.
vacuum in her pearls, right?
Right,
Like that was the
yeah.
old saying back in the
I
black
think
and
it was
white days,
also a
1950s
book.
America.
Yeah.
Don't worry, darling. That new movie. That's like a Stepford Wives.
Yeah,
knockoff.
yeah.
I'm going to
same.
go grab us more wine, but I'm
Yeah.
still listening to the question.
Okay. So, would I be wrong to ask my wife to play a Stepford wife for a business dinner? My wife and I are both 36, and we met 9 years ago. She's currently 8 months pregnant with our first child, and the pregnancy has been rough on our relationship, but that's another story. When I met her, she was fiery and always ready to fight for what's right and point out the wrongs no matter what it meant for her personally. We've lost friends over the years because she's made a stand against some things that she thought was wrong and not back down. It's one of the reasons why I love her and I would never want her to change. Last week, she was standing behind me and noticed on my emails that we've been invited to a restaurant dinner with my company's upper management. She indicated that she wanted to go, and she's excited as this would be the first time that she had gone to a formal dinner with the managers of my company. Now, the problem, our managers are old, misogynistic, rude, crass, and blunt. For example, the CEO believes that men are better at engineering than women. And when I first arrived at the company, it was all men except admin positions. So over the last 2 years, I have slowly been trying to change the culture so that more women are in engineering. I often talk to my wife about this job, and we talk endlessly about how to make the workplace better. My wife is the opposite of me, and I know that when she gets into it with a room with these managers, that she will not take any shit from them, and she'll point out the behavior and will behave unacceptable in their eyes and upset them. She shouldn't have to take that or be subjected to it, but I don't need to rock the boat and jeopardize not only our income stream, but also the positive changes that I can continue to make at the company. I want her to sit down and ask her to basically play a Stepford wife for the dinner, which is against everything that she stands for. She's also, as I said, pregnant. This is a very hard conversation to have with her. Any advice on how to start
This
it?
sounds like a shitty heterosexual version of the movie Birdcage. I hate it.
I love this guy already. already
also
know.
a
I
great
like this guy
film.
already, and I love his wife already. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
married a challenging woman. We live in these times. I dig that. You
Yeah.
know?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is like, but I understand his qualm because it's, he's saying, okay, yes, I totally appreciate my wife for the sense that she's so, she stands up for her beliefs, that she wants to do this thing, but also at the same time, there's a slow game to be played here. Like if he's going to make there's one thing to blow up into someone's face and say, you're a misogynistic asshole, or you could play the slow game and just slowly change the culture of the company, which over time would envelop more women into these engineering roles. So I honestly get his point. And despite the fact that like I myself have an engineering degree, I'm kind of with him. I kind of think that she should just, because also I think that it's funner to play that role, and like if she can somehow manipulate these people, like what was that one, like I mean that's like a very common thing with like politician wives, how they are just always so sweet and kind, and then all of a sudden they're bending people's ears and doing exactly what they say, and all the meanwhile they're touching their teased hair of like, oh me, I would never think that I'd have such an education,
Yeah.
But it's so I don't know, like I know
Secretly
this
plotting.
sounds terrible to say, but I think that he should explain it to her like that more good can be done in the long run if they sort of just get through this dinner and she sort of wins those like brownie points with these misogynistic assholes. And and then they take over the company.
I agree. Right. Explain it the way. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I got a perfect one from like, yes, that's like any couple, like, you get in an argument at a party. Don't fight in front of my parents, right? We could yell.
Not air your dirty laundry.
We know how to, like, some women I've dated did not know how to do that, but I would know how to do that. If I'm in their house and she gets me
what
mad,
a shock!
I'm gonna be the best guy ever.
You dated a yeller. I'm shocked.
Yeah. But now he either can ask her to just hold it back for the
I've
show
dated old
night,
yellers. I'd lay down with some dogs, man.
or she could let it rip, and then he could be like, women and hormones to all these misogynistic dudes, and then yell at her at the party, and now he's fucking partner, all right? Like, if you want to change that company, these old men will be dead in 20 years. You yell at your fucking hormonal pregnant wife at a fucking dinner party, you're going to the fucking top, baby. You're a CFO in no time, kid.
But see,
Get
that's
back
what
in
I'm
the
saying.
cage. Get back in the cage.
But again, like but if that's like part of what she agrees to, and that's how again they're ingraining themselves into this company so that they eventually like take it over and flip it upside down. Yeah, I don't. Again,
win-win, baby.
As long as she's in for it, I think it's again. I honestly think it's it's that thing of what's that movie where he talks about it's a Billy Bob Thornton. He's like, if you light a firecracker, it just burns your fingers. But if you hold a firecracker, your wife's opening your ketchup bottles for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
you know what I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
And
like,
the real movie
your
about
wife's
them.
opening your ketchup bottles
for the rest of your life.
Yeah. But so that's what I'm equating the situation to. So she goes in there guns blazing and is like, you guys are misogynistic assholes. She's just lighting the firecracker, 5 feet from him.
And he's like,
but
women. She's pregnant.
Yeah.
She's all
But if
hormonal.
she
That's why
comes
you don't
out-
have women engineers in this
Yeah.
fucking thing.
She's got her
I
hair all
imagine
blown
she
out.
was trying to build a bridge. Do you want to drive over that
Bill
bridge?
Gets it.
If she comes in there, her hair's all blown out. She's got this nice outfit on. Those CEOs are going to be having their wives open the ketchup bottles for them.
I mean, or you could explain it to her the way a certain former governor of Arkansas and president of the United States explained it to his wife. He could be like, Hillary, I'm going to sleep with a lot of women and do a lot of things that you don't like and, well, the public don't like. But maybe one day you'll become senator and the president unless something weird happens.
Something totally unpredictable.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I think
poor Hillary.
I agree that like you can get more change from inside, but I also think that's like an excuse 99% of the time. Like, because for me, like it's like a progressive. You're supposed to like go in there and when someone does something wrong, like try and change and speak up. And often I don't because like that's scary to do. You don't want to call these guys out. And what I might say is like, no, honey, I'm working on the inside. But really what I'm doing is I'm too afraid to say anything, which is maybe what he's thinking.
That's true. With that plan, everybody likes to think of themselves as sort of a modern day Roy Schindler, and then they just end up kind of doing bumps with the Dolce and Gabbana crew.
But
you know?
here's the reason why I think that people are so, I guess, conscious about how they come across on the surface level. Because of social media, so it's like, so like, let's say, for example, they're at this dinner and someone takes a picture, and then like, let's say his wife's name is Kathy, and it's like, Kathy, you, I can't believe it, you're doing that, how can she explain to all of her friends, no, my husband and I are working under the scenes, I'm undercover, consider me in the CIA. But it's because of social media, and everyone's like, I've got to put all of my, great views right here for everyone to know and like and stuff. It's just like the art of this scam, I think, is like completely gone because of social media.
Yeah, it's kind
of
tough, man.
When was the last time you really like did the long play and like scammed someone for a long time?
Social media killing scams.
Back when she worked at the old age home,
Yeah, I'm going to say college for me. It's been a minute.
Everyone's like, social media is destroying America. You're like, I can't even scam anymore. This place is, why even be here?
When even before social media, I'm a drunk with a terrible poker face. People knew right away I wasn't a Stepford wife, I had I gave myself away every time.
So, but I'm just saying, like, it's because of social media and everyone's like on his or her or they's proud horse, like, this is what's correct, and it's I'm not saying I'm saying every person is entitled to own views, but in this situation specifically, it is for the greater good.
No, you're right. You can never be shown to be giving the other side anything, because then someone will get that snippet and be like, see, they're this or that. You can't ever compromise. People, like, the whole thing now is like, never compromise. Like, you got to stand for it. But sometimes you do have to do a little bit. And if someone takes that tiny compromise you made and blows it up on social media, it looks like they're like, see, he's actually a Republican, or he's actually this.
Yeah, exactly. Because everything is all about like polarization nowadays. And so, yeah, you're right. Like, if it sees, you're lowering yourself to have a lunch with someone with different views. Yeah, it's
you
like
gangs. You can't show weakness in a prison gang. You know what I'm saying?
You got to drop that baby. Throw it down,
guys. I'm
Politics
not
is just like a
prison.
prison gang.
Honestly,
never show weakness.
If you want to make that promotion with that second teardrop tattoo, you gotta fucking drop that
Abortions
shit,
are not allowed. But if I need one, they're fine.
Play that long game in prison. Just weasel in. Play the stepford wife.
Yeah.
The Bisha from us.
Friend zone in prison. I'm in the
fucked
friend
in the ass
zone.
in season 1, but you understand by season 7, I'm going to be running the whole gang.
Yo, I think Derek is friend zoning me, yo. I was about to shiv his ass in the showers, and he looked at me, and he's just like, let's be friends. I don't know what's happening, yo.
I'll cut any motherfucker tries
to
friend zone me.
Yo. I'm going to let it be for a minute. Find out, though.
I think he got married to someone in here. I don't know.
He lied about that. I've been in cell block D 2 months this month, yo.
You got a secret second prison husband on me?
I don't even see you in the yard anymore.
I just watched.
Why you taking 2 showers a day? Why is that happening?
Australia was a penal colony.
Yeah,
that's right. There were a bunch of prisoners.
You guys started.
What's that one that was on Netflix? I think it was on Netflix, of the guy that he himself, he was like a drug dealer and he got busted. But then they wanted him to go to another prison and infiltrate and make friends with a guy that was like a child killer molester.
I never saw
it. It was
one.
based on a true story. Yeah. So again, it's like, that guy's not a piece of shit.
But why'd they want him to make friends with that child molester?
Because he was going to get...
I want to
they
see
were like,
this
we don't know. We don't need
just
information.
Just to fuck around and see what happens.
I think
we really got to figure out the password of this guy's
bored,
laptop.
Right? They bet on shit. Like, there's not enough shillings this month. Let's mix things up.
They wanted him to get... Because the guy was going to get released on parole. And he clearly was like a... very mentally disturbed. Like, he had absolutely there was no remorse into what he did.
Sociopath.
All he wanted was to go out and like murder more little kids. but they didn't have enough evidence to tie him to these other murders, so they wanted this guy to go in.
Maybe it's because I'm not a guy that fucks and kills kids, right? But here's the thing. I'm trying to put myself in the shoes of a guy.
Stop making excuses!
Right, but I'm
It's
saying...
all about you.
I'm saying, like, if I was a guy, if that was my thing, if that was, and they were like, hey, go chum up to Jake and get him to admit to fucking and killing some kids. I'd be like, I'm just not going to do it.
Hey, buddy, how you doing today in prison?
Yeah.
How was those mashed potatoes? Those are the best mashed potatoes I had in 3 years.
How good was
Honestly.
that? Salisbury steaks in jail? What?
Yeah,
How
3 to 5
good is
years.
this
I
prison
taste
wine?
I mean,
like that.
how
So you
many-
fuck kids
prison
still?
wine too?
Still want
Dude,
to fuck
we're-
a child or what?
2 peas in a pods, me and you. Anyway, you fucking kill the kids? Did you do that? You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm just not admitting that to anyone.
no,
You want to play Truth or Dare real quick, new friend?
Yeah.
Truth. Everyone's dare in prison, I feel like, right? It's the opposite of the real world. In the real world, it's all like, truth, I don't know what you're going to dare me to do. Prison's like, dare, because I ain't going to tell you shit.
Yeah.
I will go stab a guard, though, on a dare.
I
But to
have
be
7
fair,
shops.
they would play spin the bottle, but they're not allowed to have glass bottles.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
prison.
'Cause they'll
Otherwise,
break
they'd be
them and
like,
shiv someone with
"It's
them.
time to kiss, Jason."
Yeah. I got metal toilets.
I've smothered in a Listerine bottle filled with vodka through my ass.
In his
Okay,
ass. I knew that
let's
was
play a
coming.
game of Never Have I Ever. Let's
go,
do that.
baby.
Yeah.
It's
Imagine when you do drink toilet wine in prison, you get drunk on it. It's got to be a fun hang, though. Because you
Right,
want to
yeah.
forget about everything in prison. And like, we drink in the regular world to be happier in the regular world,
yeah, dude.
right?
Yeah.
So imagine living in prison, even worse in the regular world than getting drunk. Those friendships are like fucking forged in
toilet wine
fire.
friendships.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. And plus, dude, you know how like cheap, shitty wine gets you way more bombed than expensive, nice shit? You know what I mean? Like it gets you sloppy drunk. The other shit gets you feeling good, but you have to drink a lot to really get like incoherent. Whereas like cheap wine gets you fucking bombed. This is wine made in a toilet.
Carla Rossi.
Yeah, dude. This is the Carla Rossi to
Manischewitz?
Carla Rossi. Yeah, this is Carla Rossi with a little 2 in the corner. This is Carla Rossi to the Carla Rossi power. This prison wine. So yeah, it probably gets you fucking bombed, dude.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just saying that again. I think that in this case there is a long game. Are we still on the same question? What question?
We're
are
on
we
the,
on? We're
the good wife, the Stepford wife. Like they're a great like I like this couple already. Like he loves her because she's like tough and challenging.
Yeah,
But that's the kind of women I like.
fun.
Tough and
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah.
I mean, is it? Now,
Change
I may
the
have missed
world.
some of this while I was going to get more wine, but like, is this most of their income coming in off this job?
Well, he said it would impact it, meaning I think his wife has a job as well.
Yeah, he should.
Obviously,
Yeah.
she's an independent ass chick,
Yeah.
so she's
Right?
like,
Yeah.
You
Hence,
cut
yeah,
something in
okay.
half.
He's
You
like,
have-
"Can you just
you have
dial
And
it
again,
down for this
he's
one
the one
party,
writing the
honey?"
question, so he's going to kind of breeze over that part a bit. She's probably making decent enough cash.
She's
He
about
hates
to go on
everyone that
maternity
asks the
leave, though, right?
question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Automatic.
Yeah. So
Dude.
my final advice for this person is, look, I get why you're nervous to have this conversation with your wife. However, I think that it needs to be prefaced by saying our end game is to, further integrate this company, introduce diversity, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore, to do this, let's not blow up our spot. Let's not give away our position. Let's not be Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase and Spies Like Us. Like, let's not be those people. Let's, again, play the long game. We're more Russell Crowe. We're more Matt Damon and talented Mr. Ripley ingrained in what's going on so that we can cause further deceit.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not even. I don't know. That's like the nice way of looking at it. But I think most couples are too codependent. He said in a thing that this will be the first dinner she's ever been to, right?
Yeah.
So clearly, like, she cannot go to these dinners. Like, he
keeping her
knows.
away for a reason.
Yeah,
because
so-
he knows how she is.
Exactly. And I think like it's
See,
great.
I missed that part. First dinner she's
But-
ever
She
been
was
to?
like, "Oh, dinner." I've never been-
Company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
She
also
saw
no,
that
but
it was happening.
Oh, man.
But Julian's bringing up a good point because how she found out about this dinner was that she read the email over his shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing my feminine wife nice to hang
What do you
out with
mean
my
she's never been to
misogynistic
a
boss.
dinner?
No,
This
as in a
is
dinner with the
crazy.
work crew. Like
The
years
work,
of-
the work,
got
the
you.
work
Bosses.
people.
I was picturing,
Yeah, yeah.
I was picturing like a white collar Wall Street guy who just found a lady on a fucking crab boat, and you know what I mean, like on some weird crossover flight, on delay, and was just like, "You're the love of my life."
There's that
You're-
PCP callback.
He's like, she's so fiery. I love it. And
Yeah.
she's just like
Remember, he
fighting
went to
people
get
in the
wine and
subway.
said, "I'm still gonna listen to the question." He
Yeah.
didn't.
Dude,
He obviously did not. He got us a bottle of
He
wine.
did
though.
not.
He's like,
He
"Wait,
did not.
what's been going on this whole
He
time?"
stood up and he said, "Fuck those guys. I'm not
This
listening
wine
to
is
shit."
goddamn
Yeah.
good.
Get some toilet wine. Let's do it.
I martyred my knowledge of this question for the good of the team.
And you
That's
still
what I
held
did.
your own until this moment. We
I
didn't
know.
know you didn't know
Yeah.
anything
Really?
about it.
Dude, I used to never read the books in fucking school and pretend I did, and I would pipe
We have
up in class and everything.
The
It was-
well-spoken
it was like a-
Australian speaks, and then you're like, "Wait, what's been going on this whole time?" He's so eloquent. I realized I missed
Yeah,
this stuff.
yeah.
No?
Yeah, he eloquented the hell out of all my lies. That's what happened. I can't continue this
don't
charade.
trust this guy.
Exposed.
Eloquented. Yeah, that's
Eloquent.
Eloquenting up.
The eloquent
Wait,
elephant.
it turns out eloquented isn't a word either. God
Oh,
damn.
eloquent is.
it's an
but
adjective,
not
so
when
it
you-
can be an adjective, but
Yeah.
and it can also, if
But
you say
still a
eloquently, is an
word.
adverb.
I added
yeah,
ED
it's
to
still
the
a
end of that
word,
motherfucker.
but
I
it's
thought I was
it's
losing-
not a
I
it's
was
not
losing
a
words over
verb.
here.
I
It's
did
not a verb.
eloquented. I verbed it. I verbed it.
Eloquent
Yeah,
elephant.
yeah. I verbed it. I verbed a word that ain't a verb.
Mojito mosquito.
I'm just,
That's
you know
I
what?
feel like she raps too. Earlier, she had some good bars.
I
saw
did,
that.
yeah. Every
did.
once in a while, I can get a good one in. Yeah,
I'm confessing to everything right now. I verb words that aren't verbs on a
I verb
hourly
words
basis.
that ain't verbs.
I really do.
You
yeah.
just got robbed by a rapper that was listening. He's like, "I'm taking that,
Yeah.
putting that in my
Oh.
song."
Oh, that little son of a bitch. He's half my
I do
age.
things that aren't things that do things.
He's got goofy face tattoos, not tough guy prison tattoos.
But
It's
not
like,
goofy ones, but actual Goofy on his face. Like like the Disney character Goofy.
yeah.
All over his face. You do not fuck with that guy in prison.
all right,
Goofy tattoos
all right.
different.
All over his face. Like for every Goofy on your face, you killed somebody,
Yeah.
right?
So
Now here's the
for-
thing. The
That'd be
guy
my
with
day.
one, the guy with one goofy gets fucked first day in jail. If he's got 12 goofies, that you stay away from.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
too
yeah.
many.
This guy is fucking insane.
The guy with like
yeah.
the swastika is like, I'm gonna keep my distance.
Yeah, I ain't gonna see nothing around this
We got a
fucking
new
guy.
comment
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Joe in jail. Says, "Don't
here
ever
we
come to Rikers. I'm gonna stab you, son. Don't disrespect us." They have cell phones in jail apparently now.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
is this a North Korean prison that's watching us?
Oh, that,
Yeah,
is that
we're
it?
big in
North
We got a
Korea.
couple likes on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Joel is in a gulag in North Korea.
Firing up.
Joel on YouTube says if he wants to remain married to his wife, asking her this question won't be the idea. He says he better be praying that she goes into labor the day of the event. I think these are kind of old comments. I think I'm kind
Yeah,
of behind.
I think she'd
Yeah.
be cool with it. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like she's smart and like I said, my final thought is like do it that way or go totally the other way. Be like, bitch, when they start getting stupid, I want you to get crazy on them, feminist as hell, and then let me yell at you, put you in your place in front of them, be like, you
Oh my
know,
God.
women that are pregnant, hormonal, am I right? Got to go home. Then we get to leave,
Yeah.
and then I get a promotion, mañana.
Yeah. I think, because I think go that way because either do the stealth route or, as you said, go big or go home, flash mob.
Slap her in front of your
Only
bosses or something with the
Flash
flu
mob of only LGBTQ, trans, all the colors of the rainbow, and then, oh, you're fired. Then I mean, lawsuit right there.
hired.
Yeah.
LGBT flash mob, always my solution to most
Your
problems.
wife's very beautiful, but she's got a bit of a mouth on her, Bob. What are you going to do about that? Well, she's pregnant and hormonal. You know how
Yeah.
women are. That's
But
why they make
also-
shitty engineers.
But also, Julian, just to be clear, the reason why I said LGBT
Can only walk on the
LGBTQ
bridge
flash
28
mob,
days out of the month.
I
It's a
want
whole
good
fucking
dancers.
ordeal.
You know what I mean? I don't.
We don't want no straight
We
flash
don't
mob
want
out
straight
there.
folk in the LGBT in a flash mob. They're like the worst dancers.
Or anyone
You know
that's
what I
getting
mean?
laid at
Yeah.
all, even
Yeah.
so. Come on.
No, we need
Flash
we
mob
need-
people, you're not banging.
Yeah, a
Imagine
bunch of
meeting
straight
your
dudes
wife at a
showing
flash
up.
mob.
We got
People.
hoodies on. Where our choreography's off. Some of us are late because we were betting on fucking DraftKings and we want our parlays to come through.
You did
It's a
you?
whole fucking ordeal.
Oh,
What's up?
can you you imagine? Anyway, so I final advice to this question, or do you have to read comments?
Yes, I got comments.
Do you want Mike to read it? Mike's a good reader.
That was such a very polite way of saying that I'm not, and I appreciate
It's just
you
closer.
for that. And you couldn't even say the end of the word "closer" without laughing. It's just
Yeah, Joe Smith. Oh, you want me to read what Joel says?
Yeah.
Said, honey,
no,
we're going
first
to-
do Amy.
Where are
Amy, producer Amy.
Amy, just let her know if she complains, it only counts 70 cents to the actual dollar. So it's wasting energy if she complains. And now you know how illiterate Mike is. She's like, Mike could read real well. Then you're like, Mike can't read that well.
Dude, it's
But
real easy until you're up there at the plate. That's what I'm saying.
To be clear, it's a very high pressure job. My eyesight is literally not good enough to read it, so I can't.
Oh, that's the other reason
He
she can't
cupped
do
her
it. She's
milky
a
white
fancy
breasts.
engineer, man.
Remember League of Their Own?
She's just got bad eyes.
Remember League of
Why
Their
not?
Own?
Yeah. What's she reading? Who cares? She's reading.
Yeah. Shout out to Madonna. She's probably watching too.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Junkie on the rest of the fucking shit show.
Madonna's face. It's like the
He
the
cupped her
anonymous
milky
face.
white breasts. League of Their Own. Shout out.
Oh, God damn it. I couldn't figure out where that movie was from.
She
She fucking murdered in A League of Her
Hell
Own.
yeah.
It is actually really good.
Gina
murdered-
Gershon, though.
just
Am I
watched
right?
it.
Oh, my
Rosie
God. I had
O'Donnell
a
is
crush
great
on
in
her.
Oh.
I had a crush on Gina Gershon.
Gina Davis is fucking
business.
beautiful in
Watched
that
that like a
movie.
week
She's
ago.
So did you?
Well, I watched the first half and then
It's so fucking-
because the new TV show's out, so we were like watching the movie.
Oh,
They
before.
made a
Nice.
TV show of A League of Their
Oh,
Own?
fuck yeah.
Bring it
Fuck
back
that.
in,
Just
baby.
watch the original.
I know.
No,
you
but
should.
but the new one is like making up for it because like the thing about the first one is like it's very like hey, remember when we didn't let black people do anything? Like they have like there's
Yeah.
like
We didn't let women play baseball.
There's one scene in the first movie where it shows a black woman throwing the ball to Gina Davis, and she's like, "Ow!"
Smoke
ow!
show.
you
Smoke
throw
show.
I
it."
do remember that.
And that is the only acknowledgement of how black people were treated back then. So, but the new one I think is like trying to sort of make up for that gap in the lack of diversity.
Rather than make a show about the first black baseball players.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like, what the fuck
not
is
that
that?
we don't deserve shit, but it's so funny how they pick and choose things now. They're like, great story, but that's never been done before.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's revive that.
Somewhere.
Love Gurus
there
Podcast
is- there is-
2055.
Dude, there is a really good female black baseball player who's been dead for 75 years, who's rolling over in her fucking grave right now because she's like, they could have made a series about me. I was playing baseball games for shot in the beers. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I fucking did it. But instead, it's like, no. How about we just have the white girls who kind of got to do what the major league guys did for a year, but we're going to have a black lady play one of them. Not you, though. Not you. That's.
Yeah.
I think they should make a movie about her.
But
you know?
also like the whole like the League of Their Own, like that's totally false. That like didn't happen at all. They
really?
didn't.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Wait.
Are you a
Slow
League of
down
Her Own
here.
truther? Is that what's going on
A
here?
League of Their Own denier.
I think
Are you
that
gonna-
actually did happen.
Listen,
that
you-
there was a female
listen.
baseball league.
100% it did not happen.
Really?
You do
That's a bold
realize
statement, young lady.
Alex Jones got sued for
During
$900
World War
billion.
I, right? During World War II.
We choose our words careful
I
on this
don't know.
podcast this week.
Listeners, fact check me.
No
that
comment. No comment from Mike O'Rourke on this.
No, but listeners, fact check me. Like that.
Do
That
your-
did
do your
not
own
happen.
do your own research.
I think it did happen.
It did not happen.
Why do you think that?
Yeah,
Do you
I mean-
read that it never
Yeah,
happened?
I read.
okay,
I
that-
read it did not happen.
That one didn't happen, but Angels in the Outfield did happen. That's
was
the
totally
fact.
true.
That is factual.
So did
That
so
little
did,
bitch had to choke on that hot dog and
So
ruined
did-
everything for that man, right?
So did Basketball Bud, or what's the one with the dog?
Airbud.
This
Airbud is
Australian guy
factual.
right here.
No, but yeah, Legal of Their Own, that's not based on a true story. That's like
It's not?
It's totally false.
Are you fucking kidding
I
me
don't
right now?
believe that. I think I need to
Dude.
check. I'm gonna have to check with my people on that. My people being Google and a few close friends.
Okay, the
I'm
fact
gonna
that you
Google
guys
the
are
balls
like coming
off of
at me
this
so
thing after
hard,
this.
I'm
not
like,
coming, but I thought
I'm back
that
down, but I'm only back
it
down to
started
like
when all the men had to go to the war effort.
95%.
Well, every man had to go to the war effort in World War I or
Yeah.
II, and that's when there was no male baseball, and that's when they started the female league.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's an actual thing.
Oh, no. I get the premise of what's...
Hold on, let me explain League of Their Own. I think that's where you
Wait, have you ever
misunderstood.
been to Cooperstown? There's like jerseys, and there's a section about the women that played baseball, you know?
But yeah, they had like
Baseball
Yeah, but
started
it's
in
not,
19
Baseball
it's
of
not
Men.
like, the
It's
men
not like
went...
the movie. I'm sure it's not like
I
the
mean, I'm
movie.
sure there's shit they changed.
Yeah,
but like,
of course.
There was like a
Get
female
back in the
league
kitchen,
for a-
bitch, or something like
I'm
that.
sure
Oh, wow,
some
right?
women played at some time. I don't know
Yeah.
what we're saying is
We
the
got any
truth.
women in the comments out there?
Okay, I agreed with Julian. I'm agreeing with the fact that women played baseball at some point in time.
All right,
We
yeah,
can
yeah,
always
yeah.
find middle ground.
We
Okay,
have-
even
Amy says that it happened.
There were girl baseball players during World War II because the men were gone. Yeah. No, again, that's the premise of the movie.
That-
no,
but
another
that's
summary.
also just like what fucking Julian said.
Yeah,
Women
yeah.
played baseball at some point
Yeah.
or
There's no
another.
crying in baseball.
This
Quote the
is
great Tom Hanks.
But if only one of those women would have gotten in prison in Russia, then
The
we'd know one of their
story-
fucking names.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
right? Yeah.
the story.
How many
reveals-
years later, right? Like, think about that. 6 years later, finally female basketball. Nobody watches the games. Maybe they'll watch a movie about it in another 50 years, starring Griner. Like, you know what I mean?
A league of
I
their,
pitched a real slow fastball, but it wasn't until a
An NBA of their
37-year-old
own.
Joseph Stalin put me in a gulag that anyone gave a red sky flying
Female
cunt
is not
Okay,
helping us
okay.
out.
Do you guys want
women's
to
baseball.
listen to this?
You wanna listen?
Do you guys
All
want to
right,
listen
yeah,
to this? Okay. The true story reveals that aside from Gina Davis and Madonna's character being loosely inspired by real life players from the All-American Girls Baseball League, most of the players in the movie are entirely fictional.
I want to kill
That
myself
doesn't
right
mean
now, dude.
that the baseball league was
Wait,
fictional.
yeah. Oh, yeah. The baseball
so
league,
there's
though.
there was the All-American Girls Professional Baseball
Yeah,
League.
but that's what the
true.
movie was
Shout
about.
out.
But a website dedicated to the Rockford Peach, Johnny Green. Okay, so
They're just saying the movie's
So they're
not
real.
accurate.
Yeah,
so whatever.
dude,
the
like
thing
they-
is real.
Yeah,
They based two...
the idea of it.
Yeah.
They made
so
up
it
the
happened,
characters.
girl. Give
Yeah,
it up for your females.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Hey,
And I bet those bitches were not as pretty, but
Fine.
can hit a home run, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Remember
true.
that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
girl?
yeah. None
The
of them look
meaty
like
chick,
Madonna.
the Babe Ruth of the women?
Yeah.
She wasn't real, but I think she was real. All
Dude, I'm
right?
from the
That's the one
state of
with,
Iowa.
She can't read, but she can hit a home run, baby.
She's what we in Iowa call a 7.6. You know what I mean? Like, she was still pretty good looking there.
on the Richter scale,
Yeah.
baby.
Even adjusted for inflation, she
Smack
still
it
does
out of
well.
the park, baby.
She still does
and
well.
then she got laid at the end. Yeah, none of that's
Uh-huh.
true. That's a movie, but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
women
yeah.
did play baseball.
Uh-huh. And it was my uncle that fucked her. Not in
Yeah.
the movie, but after
See,
they
that
said
wasn't
cut,
like that
he
wasn't
showed up.
feminist
He-
critics online
yeah.
saying it didn't happen. That was movie critics being like, that's not how it went down.
Uh-huh.
Those
Yeah, yeah.
people on Reddit, that movie's not accurate.
Dude,
Okay.
League of Their Own.
Okay, so this
happened.
says the All-American
Are you
Girls
going full on League of Their Own Truth or Honest right now?
Let
Is
her,
that what's
let her
happening?
rock, baby.
Yeah,
Let's do it,
because
let's do it.
I really
For the
made
women.
some strong claims, and I thought it was like worth a Google while you guys were
Definitely.
God knows talking about what.
Google it. I want to deep dive League of Their Own right now. Fuck
All
this
American
question.
Girls Professional
Let's do it.
Baseball League was a professional women's baseball league founded by Wrigley. Existed from 1943 to 1954. It's a forerunner of the Women's Professional League in Sports of the United States. Over 600 women played in the league, which consisted of eventually 10 teams. Okay, so it was like totally a thing.
Fuck yeah, it was.
Yeah,
God
yeah.
bless.
Wait, so the war ended in 1945, right?
And they went to
So-
52. That means
Okay.
they had staying power, baby.
Yeah, huh?
They probably got watched
Dude,
more than
that's pretty
WNBA right
impressive.
now.
Yeah, huh?
Shit.
Oh.
Shit.
Could you
'Cause, you
imagine
know,
if
'cause
Stalin
by then,
tortured
dudes are
one
like,
of them?
that
Could
chick
you
can hit a
imagine
ball.
if Stalin would have fucked one of them up a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, we'd still be talking about him
Quit
today.
Stalin.
Why are you guys talking about Stalin? You guys know that
World
that's
War
like
II?
World War II?
It was a
Is
Brittany
that an
Griner
English
reference.
accent now I heard out of you?
No.
It's because you're near an Australian. World War II? I think she said. Right? I think she's next to an Australian.
No.
It's catching on like wildfire. out
Well,
here.
it's her German side takes over when she gets drunk. She calls it the war of
The
Allied
shaman.
aggression.
Yeah.
It's very different. Very
Holy
different.
snuff gobble.
What did they? We said the axis of evil, right? What did they call?
yeah.
What did they call the Allies? They have a mean name for the Allies?
Yeah, the axis of cucks. That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
you know what I'm
The
talking about.
cucks are at the
what is
door.
it?
Yeah. They called us a bunch of NPR pussies. That's what they called
Babies,
us.
but snowflakes. That's what they call it. Damn snowflakes. Want to try to save the Jews, these damn snowflakes.
We are being invaded by the snowflakes. We must ditch
I always love
trenches.
Australia like that. They're on the opposite.
Winter is coming. The snowflakes are marching
Australia,
against
they're on
us.
the opposite side of the globe, and they're always in the fight, though, right?
Yeah.
Because they're Australians, man. I watched a movie about you guys in Vietnam. My dad's a Vietnam vet, and we watched this movie. Danger Close is the name of it, and it's about an Australian regiment and shit in Vietnam. It's fucking amazing. It's a good
Really?
movie.
I haven't seen it.
My vet dad and me watched it, and it was like, holy shit, that was awesome.
Yeah, they were drafting
Shout out.
in Australia for the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was kind of like
Australia was there. You
we're
guys
like
are
super
big
far
boys.
away.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't want to fight this guy.
But were there dudes actually going over there? Because
Yeah,
like
they were
I
in
was
Vietnam. Australia was in
I was in
Vietnam.
Iraq and Afghanistan, and but what they were doing
Shout
there
out.
was they were doing some sneaky shit where like George Bush was doing a thing where he was like, "No, you don't understand. It's a coalition." With over 57 countries. It's got countries
Countries don't even
including
exist yet.
Wait,
Belarus
George Bush
and
is saying this?
yeah. No,
didn't
I have
sound like it was just him.
I have a coalition. You understand? It's a coalition of 57 countries. It includes countries like Romania, Zielores. I think that's a place. You know, and they would get a few troops from rando countries from around the world. And they would kind of guard the chow halls for the most part. Like it was a whole bullshit thing to where it was like it's a quote unquote coalition, but like we're just getting a few troops from like any country that will bribe to give us the troops, and then they just
You
kind
gotta
of
let
stay
him
on the
say
far.
that about
Yeah,
Australia.
I don't mind. We'll guard the food. That's
but
exactly where I want to be.
no.
These big old fucking
I was
white
asking,
boys.
though.
These,
I was
we
asking,
put them on
like,
the mortar round.
I don't know what
Maybe
happened
it was.
then.
Maybe it's that. Maybe it wasn't. But like, hopefully it was that because it's like.
Well, I think
you know,
I think in any war, you know, if let's say that you're, you know, an 18-year-old kid and you have no direction in life, and someone's like, "Hey, we're gonna pay you to go to Vietnam,"
right.
you know, do they advertise that job correctly?
And pay you back.
Probably
then.
Well, no,
not.
absolutely not.
But
My
you
dad
have-
didn't
you
get
have
no
no-
college. All
yeah,
that
but
shit you get now.
Yeah, but
that
you
wasn't
have
the
you have
thing.
no other way to make money, and then these people are like, "Okay, well, we'll pay you," and then you get there and you're like, well, "This isn't really what I said."
There's
But-
ways to make money in
yeah.
Vietnam when you get there.
but it's just like that's. Yeah.
I mean, even in America, they said you're only
I'm
going
sure,
to
I'm sure that
Iraq
probably happened.
to get blown by a lady through a hole in a sheet. You know what I mean?
It's not really even a
It was
lady.
a whole, yeah. And I'm like, bro, I feel the
that's-
stubble. What is
that's
this?
Thailand. Thank you. I'm just kidding. But okay.
Shout out to ThailandLadyBoys.com.
Did we answer that question? Let's do one more lightning round.
One more,
All right.
yeah, one more, right? I love
One
you
more
guys.
lightning round
I like that
question.
we get off topic here, though. Do you guys like the off topic shit?
Dude,
It turns into
off
something-
topic.
This is
rocks.
not when
Save that guy's marriage.
when
On
Mike
to the next one.
when Mike is on the podcast. We do 1.5 questions.
yeah,
No,
chill.
no,
We did
no.
3 last time.
We've hit like 3-4 questions.
We have a lot of
tonight.
fun,
No,
don't
no,
we?
Yeah, exactly.
I want Australia over here to
no,
talk
no,
more.
no, no,
Okay,
no,
great.
no.
He's not drinking
We have
wine. That's why
done-
he's not in it.
We have
I'm telling him,
done
get in
two
there, get in.
questions.
Just jump in there. Dog
We
pile.
have done 2 questions.
Yeah, that's 2. We're
and
going on 3.
and that's not a
Fact. That's a
We've only
fact.
done 2 questions. Okay, but let's do okay. Well, we're gonna do this is a lightning round question. So
Lightning
we're
round.
going
Lightning
to be
round.
so the way we do lightning round questions is that I'm going to read the question, then we're just going to go around the room, and everyone's going to give their quick hot take
And I'm going
on
to go get more wine.
I love
I'll be
it.
right back.
how he or she would like to answer the question. So lightning round. I know Jake's not going to listen to this.
He'll
when
get
he walks
ready.
away.
We'll tell him when he gets back.
Yeah, right. We'll fill
We'll
him
find
in.
out like the last one.
Okay.
We'll jump in.
God
All
bless
right,
Jake.
lightning round. What's the difference between complaining and venting? The biggest dilemma for me right now is that because things are not so good with me and my husband, he says that I complain a lot, but I feel like I'm venting. Is there a difference? Sometimes I feel like I'm just getting a sentence out, and he says that all I'm doing is complaining.
I think they're kind of the same thing, but I think you should tell the person what you're doing. Sometimes someone will come up and they're just like, hey, I just need a vent. And I'm like, great, I understand. And I'll listen for 30 minutes. I'm like, thank you for telling me you were venting. But if something's like really bad and like you're in a tough situation, like the car is broken down and you're both in the shit and the other person won't shut up, and that is. You should be positive in this annoying situation.
Yeah.
You know? But if yeah, go on.
No. It's you. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I
But
didn't
if you're
mean to
talking
interrupt.
about your day and you want to
Oh shit! There we go. We're back.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, somehow
Check,
this
we're
bar
back.
got dragged down. I don't know how that happened, but now we're back.
Okay.
We probably got knocked out by North Korea or something like that, maybe?
Dude,
Yeah.
we were even trying to be so nice to North Korea, but we say one little thing.
The Russians were like, why are they talking about us? Mute their podcast right now.
Since we're not back. Sorry.
We're not back?
No, we're back.
Are we back now, Amy?
Yeah, we should be back. We should be back. Well, there's a little bit of delay on the YouTube chat, so we
Yes, you're back. All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
We went for Amy and Joe.
Yes,
All right,
Amy
all right.
and Joel. Without you guys, we would have no
know what's
idea
happening.
this fucking happened.
Well, Jake
So-
actually noticed it, so give it for Jake.
I was thinking, give it up for me, like just golf clap, but like give it up for those guys, like real clap, because they told me that it happened because yeah.
Happened because
So-
you're drunk.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's fake news. I think it happened because I don't know. It's
Russia.
probably
Yeah.
Russia.
Russia.
I think a
Okay.
Russian
Joel
bot
said
fucked
it's
with our
room audio,
podcast.
So
not
I-
board audio.
Hmm?
Joel said it's room audio, not board
Oh, so they can
audio.
hear it through the computer.
No
not the
shit.
mics.
Hang on.
Joe?
Can you tap the mic over there? Like tap just the head of it like that? Oh shit, that is. Oh, fuck.
Who is
He's
Joe?
right.
Who is this Joe we know?
Joel
Dude,
is- he's
dude,
so smart.
he's-
We love Joe.
He's like podcast
Joel,
Jesus,
Joel.
this fucking
Yeah,
guy.
Joe.
Joel,
Joe.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying
Hang
Joe.
on.
Joe.
Hang on.
I think you're telling me how to pronounce Joel better. I
Yes.
said Joe.
Joel.
Joe.
You're
Yeah.
saying it wrong. That's
No, I know. That's your accent over here.
Joel. I don't know.
Joel, yeah.
Joel indeed.
My long straight locks swimming in warm water.
All right, how about now? Wait.
Joel.
Something's bouncing on your screen.
All right, there we go. It's
Seems
back
better.
up.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
To answer, yeah. So anyway, I'll just read the question again. What's the difference between complaining and venting? The biggest dilemma for me right now is that things are not good with my husband. He says that I complain a lot, but I feel like I'm just venting. How do I know if I'm complaining or venting? And
I don't know how much I heard last time. I'll go again. I think venting is important. You should be able to do it with your partner. I think you should tell them that you're venting, because it's annoying when you think the person wants a solution and they don't. You got to be like, hey, I just want to complain about something at work, and then you do it for however long it is, and it has an end point. That's venting. It's complaining when it has no end point and you don't identify it. And especially it's complaining, it's when it's not like something happened to me outside of the relationship. It's like I was saying, you're both in a car, maybe the music is bad or something's gone wrong, it's cold. At that point, you're both cold. You don't need to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
That's complaining. Venting is when it's like something unique to you want to get off your chest.
Yeah. But I will go one further in that. I think that even if it's something that's unique to you, if it's sort of the same thing that you're venting about day in, day out, like not day in, day out, but it's like, so you get home, this thing happened at work. The first day it's like, okay, yeah, I'm venting. I'm getting that out. But then the fifth day that you come home and you're complaining about this, you're venting about the same thing.
On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me the same fucking story
Yeah,
she gave me on the 4th. Yeah.
Because
Ask me about my day.
either you fix it, you do something about it, or you accept that that's something you can't change, and you are just complaining. Yeah, like you said, it's just like that. If it's something unique, then it's venting. If it's something that everyone knows about, we get it, blah, 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 then you're just complaining.
Okay, I got a different take. I think complaining is about what I'm doing, all right? Like Shirley said, me and my husband are having problems. He says I complain a lot. So that means you're telling me, you're complaining about what I'm doing. That's complaining. Venting is being like, this bitch at work is pissing me off. That's venting, is like complaining about other people. I call that venting, because you're venting to me about them. When you're yelling at me about me, that's complaining, or maybe even nagging. And I'm just saying, like I asked you how your day was as a guy. You asked me how my day was. It was good. It was okay. We're done. We're on the couch. You asked your girl how her day was. Sometimes you got to sit down and you're not watching your TV show right now, because she's going to be like, well, first off, let me tell you, this bitch Brenda at work, like, you know her, I've been telling you about her. And then you're like, all right, I'm being for one for a little minute. But you listen when they vent. And when they complain, you try to listen too. But if you're complaining a lot, that's nagging. And then maybe that's why you and your man are having problems. Maybe you should vent about other people to him and not complain to his face. Maybe you should vent about him to other people.
I just think all of that sounds so healthy. Like the healthiest.
Right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
My definition is if you have to ask what's complaining or venting, then you're definitely complaining.
Quit your bitching.
Yes. It's all about context. You understand? And it's sort of like, well, what's a terrorist and what's a freedom fighter? If anyone's had to ask that question, they're very much a terrorist. You know what I mean? They're very much blowing up a bunch of civilians for a goofy-ass ideology. That's what you do with your words and your mouth and your tongue.
Luke Skywalker would have been a terrorist at the newspapers of the Empire.
Dude, straight up.
That's what I'm saying.
Real talk, yo.
But
real talk.
In any other newspaper, he was a freedom fighter. If you have to ask a bunch of questions about, well, am I Luke Skywalker? Or am I one of the guys who fucking lit up Columbine? I don't know the difference. Like, if you don't know the difference, you're in the Columbine section.
Facts.
You know?
So for this, the answer is tell them she's a terrorist. Is that what you're saying?
She is a fucking emotional terrorist.
Quit your goddamn.
Okay. Well, great. Well, we answered.
She's like a Bin Laden of the heart. You know?
Laden.
Bin Laden.
I like that. The Irish accent, for fuck's sakes.
I'll tell you what the fuck I'm going to do to the British. I'm going to get Bin Laden on it. Johnny Bin Laden. Johnny McLarden.
Where's Bin Laden? He was in the pub.
For fuck's sakes, he was complaining he started venting. Now he's saying he's venting now. Says he's venting. He's not going to survive the apocalypse. Tell you that much.
I'm going to do a 7 shot in the beers and tell that fucking queen what she can do with it.
And if you complain a lot, you will not win. You will not live. Complainers don't survive the first phase of the apocalypse.
I'm old Johnny Bin Laden, and I'll fucking kill all you British cunts.
All right. Well, I think we answered that question. I think we answered all the questions.
I think we did too.
Really, really good this week. thank you to all the listeners and the commenters. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. I mean,
Dude.
what legends.
Thank you so much to everybody who listened. Thank you so much to everybody who commented.
God bless.
Thank you to our two awesome guests. Thank you to Julian. Thank you to
Thank
Michael.
you to these
Thank you
two
for having
fucking
us.
Yes.
geniuses. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you to all the listeners out there. Until next week, like and subscribe.
Like and follow.
Give us your
Follow it
comments. Yes. Yeah. Follow Bronx Funny. And then what's your socials? But
Julian Breheny, Instagram.
Julian Breheny on Instagram. Follow, like, and subscribe.
Oh,
like
and on the
subscribe.
apps. Sorry, that's the pod. Never mind.
Yes. All the apps. God damn it.
I'm on Tinder.
Follow
No.
all of the apps, everybody, all OnlyFans, all of that stuff. Follow all of us
Tell your
until
friends you had a
next
good
week.
time watching.
Yeah, fucking tell them all, man.